The rain is absolutely bucketing it down. The hills and the mountains around these roads, just stunning. Mist rising up through the valleys.
We are 25k to the finish, so I'm just doing what I can to drag Connor there as quickly as possible. Come on, Connor.
Oh, I'm knackered. Oh, buckled.
Who suggested coming to Korea? 누가 한국에 오자고 했냐? 전 세계 자전거 마니아들 사이에서 요즘 심상치 않은 이야기가 돌고 있습니다. 알프스도 아니고 피레네도 아니고 아시아의 한 나라가 죽기 전에 꼭 달려봐야 할 라이딩 성지로 떠오르고 있다는 것인데요. 그 주인공은 놀랍게도 대한민국입니다. 구독자 수백만을 보유한 세계 최대 자전거 채널의 두 영국인 라이더가 직접 한국을 찾아 페달을 밟았고 이들이 남긴 영상 하나가 지금 해외 사이클링 커뮤니티를 완전히 뒤집어 놓고 있습니다. 영상은 시작부터 심상치 않은 선언으로 문을 여는데요.
What if we told you that there was a country with thousands of kilometres of dedicated cycle paths, perfectly surfaced, epic mountain roads, and some of the tastiest food in the world?
And not only that, it's incredibly safe, has a wonderfully vibrant culture, and a massive community of people who are obsessed with cycling.
Well, that country is South Korea. And trust us, after watching this, South Korea is going to be top of your bike adventure bucket list.
Giant.
오늘의 주인공은 영국 출신의 올리와 코너. 전 세계 수십 개국을 자전거로 누벼온 베테랑 라이더들입니다. 이들이 한국에 온 이유는 단 하나, 아시아에서 가장 힘들다고 소문난 설악 그란폰도에 도전하기 위해서였는데요.
South Korea, a geographical wedge sandwiched precariously between China and Japan. The neon-soaked metropolises of Seoul, Busan and Daegu are renowned for their aggressive levels of technological advancement. This peninsula also harbours a startling amount of vertical topography, mountains, forests and protected national parks, including the Seroksam region, which is precisely where we will be submitting ourselves.
그런데 대회 준비 과정에서부터 두 사람은 한국이 어떤 나라인지 실감하기 시작합니다. 이들이 대회에서 사용한 최신 블루투스 통신 장비를 무려 5,000명의 참가자 중 1,000명에게 제공이 되었던 것인데요. 자기들만 특별한 장비를 쓰는 줄 알았는데 한국의 평범한 동호인들이 이미 최첨단 기기로 무장하고 있었던 것이죠. 올리는 여기에 한마디를 덧붙입니다. 한국은 세계에서 로봇 밀도가 가장 높은 나라, 즉 인구 대비 로봇 보급률 1위의 국가라고 말이죠. 영국인의 눈에 한국은 대회장에서부터 이미 미래에 살고 있는 나라였던 셈입니다.
We're talking about the Senna Sorak Gran Fondo. 208 kilometres long, 3,800 metres of climbing. It's going to be hard, but also beautiful too, situated here in the Seroksam National Park.
The question is, though, how tough is this event and can Connor even complete it? Bearing in mind it's 30 degrees right now and in the last 3 months, he's done 5 hours of training.
I tried my best.
Do you ever learn?
No, but I got 3 kids and they're hungry, as hungry as me. So, yeah, could be a long day.
I've just been for a nice little spin the day before just to shake things down and check the bikes are working okay, but it's really nice around here.
It is really nice. It's been nice just to get a little viewpoint of it before we get going tomorrow.
Having touched down and performed the mandatory fleeting inspection of the capital, Seoul, we immediately abandoned its comforts and plunged cross-country for the inaugural leg of our two-wheeled folly. The objective, to partake in what is gleefully described by cycling sadists as the hardest Gran Fondo in Asia.
Yeah, but to be fair, right, Korea does have the highest density of robots of any country in the world. The highest robots per capita, any country, South Korea.
대회를 앞두고 두 사람이 가장 안도했던 건 다름 아닌 날씨였습니다. 사실 코너는 지난번 아시아 방문 때 대만에서 함께 라이딩을 하다가 그야말로 종말급폭우를 만난 아픈 기억이 있었는데요. 그런데 한국의 하늘은 눈부시게 맑았고 두 사람은 드디어 저주가 풀렸다며 환하게 웃습니다. 하지만 이 안도의 웃음이 채 하루도 가지 못할 것이라는 사실을 이때까지는 알지 못했죠.
For f***'s sake, Ollie. It's absolutely
Sorry, I
pouring
thought
down.
curse had been lifted, but
Obviously not.
clearly not. There's bad news and there's good news.
Okay.
The bad news is, unfortunately,
the Grand Fondo has been cancelled because the weather is deemed so bad and dangerous today, they've cancelled it. But the good news is that they've switched everyone, including us, onto the Medio Fondo. So instead of doing 208 kilometres, we're now doing 105. Still got 2,200 metres of climbing.
Yeah.
A lot.
Real pity the Grand Fondo has been cancelled, but it sounds like a sensible decision from the authorities. I'm still really looking forward to taking on the shorter route though.
출발 직전 두 사람은 통신 장비를 점검하며 나름의 팀 전략을 세웁니다. 5,000명의 라이더가 한꺼번에 쏟아져 나오는 출발선은 그야말로 전쟁터나 다름없기에 서로 떨어지더라도 실시간으로 대화하며 상태를 확인하자는 것이었는데요. 화려한 기록 욕심 대신 이들이 내건 목표는 단 하나. 끝까지 서로를 챙기며 함께 무사히 완주하는 것이었습니다. 그리고 이 소박한 약속은 잠시 후 폭우 속에서 진가를 발휘하게 되죠.
Did have to bring the rain man. I mean, come on. Classic.
Oh, look here.
The rain man. Every time with you. We're in the break coming.
Did we go too quick?
I don't know. Right.
I think we went off too early, mate. I didn't know what go was in Korean, so I just went when it sounded like the intonation.
Right, we got a gap.
Go. We got a gap, though. Yeah.
I can't stop laughing.
I mean, it sounded like he said go.
Oh, we've been caught. Oh, that was brilliant. Oh. They're going fast, aren't they? We can just stay in this groove as long as we can.
대회가 시작되자 하늘에서는 그야말로 물폭탄이 쏟아집니다. 열대성 폭우가 온몸을 적셨지만 기온이 워낙 높아 마치 따뜻한 욕조 속을 달리는 기분이라며 오히려 여유를 부리기까지 합니다. 심지어 이들은 선두 그룹 약 20명 사이에 자리를 잡고 폭우 속 레이스를 순조롭게 이어가는데요. 하지만 첫 번째 어필 구간이 시작되자 상황이 달라집니다. 훈련량이 부족했던 코너가 선두 그룹에서 뒤처지기 시작한 것이죠. 이때 올리의 선택이 인상적입니다. 혼자였다면 충분히 선두권을 노릴 수 있었지만 그는 망설임 없이 속도를 늦춰 코너의 곁으로 돌아갑니다. 출발 전 세웠던 약속, 끝까지 함께 완주하자던 그 다짐을 지키기 위해서였죠.
Starting, we ploughed on, embedding ourselves with the lead group. Everything was going literally swimmingly until we reached the first climb, whereupon Connor was dropped. Bound by a prior rather inconvenient pact to stick together, I slowed down to scoop up Connor so that we could get to the finish.
다시 합류한 두 사람이 페달을 밟는 동안 빗줄기는 그칠 줄 모르고 산과 도로를 두드립니다. 그런데 바로 그 순간 코너의 눈앞에 믿기 힘든 풍경이 펼쳐지는데요. 비에 젖은 계곡 사이사이로 물안개가 피어오르며 설악의 산세가 한 폭의 수묵화처럼 모습을 드러낸 것입니다. 폭우마저 절경으로 만들어버리는 한국의 산. 코너는 잠시 넋을 놓고 그 광경을 바라보다가 이 언덕이 끝나면 속도를 올리겠다는 올리에게 통신 장비로 제발 좀 천천히 가자고 말해야겠다며 특유의 너스를 떨기도 하죠.
The rain is absolutely bucketed it down. The hills and the mountains around these roads just stunning. Mist rising up through the valleys. Ollie's told me he wants to put a hammer down after this climb, so I might be getting on the communication and telling him to slow down. Thanks, Senna.
car. 25k to finish. So I'm just doing what I can to drag Connor there as quickly as possible. Come on, Connor.
Oh, I'm knackered. Oh, buckled.
폭우와 강풍 속 105km의 사투. 3개월간 훈련이라곤 고작 5시간뿐이었던 코너가 마지막 언덕에서 걸어갈까 고민했다고 털어놓을 만큼 혹독한 하루였는데요. 그럼에도 완주 직후 두 사람의 입에서 나온 건 불평이 아니라 함께 달려서 즐거웠다는 말이었습니다. 그리고 몸을 녹이며 하루를 돌아보던 두 사람은 한국이라는 나라에 대해 진심 어린 평가를 내리기 시작합니다.
Just at the finish line, waiting for Connor. I'm not sure there's going to be a finish line for him to cross. I mean, it's currently collapsing in the wind. The weather's got that bad. Oh, he's there. Go, Connor! Oh, mate.
Oh, wow. Oh, good effort, mate.
You all right?
Fuck with that last lad.
I can tell. You're like
Oh.
that 20 people overtook you. I've been here 10 minutes. I was like, where's he gone? It's like only a 2k climb.
I thought about walking.
Oh my god. Well, you made it. Right.
Oh.
Look, let's get inside. You were looking. If you'd been like a minute later, I think the finish line's about to collapse.
Really?
The wind keeps blowing it over.
That was one of the wildest days I've had on a bike in a long time, I've got to say. But yeah, I enjoyed that though. It was good smashing around with you, mate. Whew, good job, F. Good job.
맥주 한 잔으로 긴장한 몸의 피로를 풀며 하루를 복귀하는 두 사람. 코너는 훈련 부족이 막판에 여실히 드러났다며 솔직하게 인정하면서도 자신을 끝까지 이끌어준 올리에게 거듭 고마움을 전하는데요. 그런데 이들의 대화에서 인상적인 건 따로 있었습니다. 그렇게 고생을 하고도 코스에 대한 원망이 단 한마디도 없었다는 것이죠. 오히려 비가 그치며 서서히 모습을 드러내는 설악의 능선에 감탄하며 날씨는 최악이었지만 코스만큼은 끝내줬다고 입을 모읍니다. 보통 이런 상황이면 여행 전체가 망가졌다며 불평이 나올 법한데 폭우조차 이들의 만족감을 꺾지 못한 것인데요. 그리고 이어진 올리의 한마디가 이 하루를 완벽하게 정리합니다.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Solid day that.
Yeah, how'd you find it?
It was tough. It was tough. Thanks for getting me round. The lack of training started to show at the end. Yeah. But it was beautiful despite the weather. It was a cracking route. I mean, the rain's just started to stop now, and like the hills and the mountains starting to reveal themselves a bit more. So I really enjoyed it. It was a wild day out on a bike though.
Yeah, no, I think it's a testament to a place when even in bad weather, you're like, that's amazing. You know, I mean, it is. Just look at it. It's phenomenal. But it was such bad weather that we were getting constant government alerts on our phone through like the government alert messaging system.
다음 날 아침 두 사람은 완전히 새로운 여정에 나섭니다. 속도를 겨루는 대회가 아니라 자전거에 짐을 싣고 천천히 나라를 음미하는 바이크 패킹. 목적지는 춘천에서 서울까지 2바퀴로 대한민국을 관통하는 코스인데요. 그런데 출발하자마자 어제와는 전혀 다른 세상이 펼쳐집니다. 지긋지긋했던 비가 거짓말처럼 거치고 눈부신 햇살 아래 드러난 한국의 풍경에 올리는 페달을 밟으면서도 눈을 떼지 못하죠.
Right there, we're off, and it's not raining. Woo!
The improvement in the weather. This place is just 10 times nicer. It's amazing, and I'm just sort of in awe of it all at the moment.
I don't think it's a country many people would associate with going cycling and exploring my bike, but I mean, there's so much to see here on two wheels.
This valley that we're riding up through has a lot of linden trees in it.
올리는 커피를 마시고 가자는 코너의 제안을 단칼에 거절하고 커피 대신 두 사람이 꺼내 든 건 통신 장비였습니다. 서로에게 무전 콜사인을 붙여주며 어린아이처럼 장난을 치기 시작한 것인데요. 페달을 밟는 내내 무전기 너머로 낄낄대는 두 중년 남성의 모습은 한국의 도로가 얼마나 편안하고 안전한지를 역설적으로 보여주는 장면이기도 하죠.
I think I've got a good route for today. I think it's going to be good.
Oh wow, look at that. Look at this.
Oh, look at that.
We're using the Senna BCom 20s again today that we had on in the Gran Fondos yesterday. Super useful at like being able to communicate with who you're riding with without having to ride next to them, which is especially useful when you're, when you're getting dropped. Speaking of which, this is White Knight to Jolly Green Giant over. Do you read?
Yes, I read you. I don't really like Jolly Green Giant.
Why?
I'd rather like something a bit more magnificent. Maybe...
Jolly Green Giant, get back on, you're getting dropped, over.
I want to be called Electric Giant.
라이딩 중간중간 이들을 놀라게 한 건 도로만이 아니었습니다. 산골짜기 어디를 가도 어김없이 등장하는 카페들. 커피 한 잔이 간절한 라이더들에게 한국의 카페 인프라는 그야말로 사막의 오아시스나 다름없었죠.
I'm up for a coffee break now.
You're up for a coffee break. Oh, there you go.
They seem to have coffee and cake, like little cafes, everywhere in Korea. I've seen so many of them.
I know, a lot. So Seoul has one of the largest densities of cafes in the world.
And robots. First Korean bikepath experience. It's all very pleasant here, isn't it?
That is exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It's just been a very, very pleasant morning. It's been a pleasant country to experience this morning. I'll tell you what, I've been loving this today. Absolutely loving it. I think Ollie has as well. He hasn't dropped me quite as hard today either, so I think he's less grumpy with me. Still a little bit of a way to go though.
Oh, it's dense, this.
Oh wow, that is dense, isn't it?
They brought out like a little warm bread basket.
Yeah, that was my thing I ordered.
What's that?
My cheese pretzel.
Oh, that was very nice.
Lovely.
두 사람은 유럽에서는 상상하기 힘든 시골 카페의 퀄리티에 만족감을 감추지 못하며 빵과 커피의 농담까지 주고받으며 여유를 즐깁니다. 이후 다시 길을 나서는데요. 그런데 아름다운 호수를 향해 달리던 이들 앞에 한국 라이딩의 복병이 나타나고 맙니다. 바로 세계에서 가장 큰 말벌로 알려진 장수 말벌이었죠. 도로 위에 떨어져 있는 거대한 말벌 사체를 발견한 두 영국인은 헬리콥터만 하다며 호들갑을 떨기 시작합니다.
A giant Asian hornet. Look at the size of that.
Oh, it's
It's
massive.
like the size of a helicopter. Look at it.
Oh, these things freak me out.
Right.
Look at the size of it. Look at the size of its stinger.
When if you get stung by one of them, people say that it's like being shot.
Oh, Jesus.
That's a fly.
Oh, don't touch it, mate. You can still sting you in dread.
Yeah, stinger's sticking out. That's big, that.
It's a big dog.
There's no way your nickname is Giant Asian Hornet.
I want to be giant Asian hornet.
You're not. You are giant, but you're not.
Oh, my phone buzzed. I thought it was a hornet. Jeez.
말벌 소동에 잔뜩 겁을 먹고 서둘러 자리를 뜬 두 사람. 하지만 이 작은 해프닝이 무색해질 만큼 잠시 후 이들은 인생 최고의 도로를 마주하게 됩니다. 세계 최고의 도로 중 하나. 프랑스 알프스도 이탈리아 돌로미티도 달려본 사람들의 입에서 나온 말이기에 그 무게가 다를 수밖에 없는데요. 한국인들에게는 그저 조용한 강변 드라이브 코스일 뿐인 소양호 순환도로가 세계적 라이더들의 기준을 새로 세워버린 것입니다.
This road has been just absolutely incredible. I feel like we found a bit of a hidden gem here in South Korea. So it's called the Soyang Winding River Road. I think I've got that right. I've tried to translate it from Korean into English, but that's kind of the rough meaning of it. And it's been spectacular.
It's amazing. I mean, it's just going around this huge lake. The surface is perfect. It's so quiet. Like, we've not seen a single car.
It's just nuts.
Which is just amazing.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've been fortunate to ride our bikes in a lot of amazing places all around the world. So I feel that we're very qualified to say this is one of the best roads in the world, without a doubt.
Yeah, I'm not
For
exaggerating
cycling.
it.
It's amazing.
소양호를 달리던 두 사람에게 예상치 못한 동행이 생깁니다. 지나가던 한국인 모터사이클 라이더들이 손을 흔들며 인사를 건넨 것인데요. 그런데 놀랍게도 이들 역시 같은 통신 장비를 쓰고 있어 자전거와 오토바이가 무전으로 대화하며 함께 달리는 진풍경이 펼쳐집니다. 국적도 타는 기계도 다르지만 기술 하나로 순식간에 친구가 되어버린 것이죠.
Hello, how's it going?
Hi. Hi. We're riding along with these Sennas. When you see a group of motorcyclists, you realise a lot of them are wearing them as well. You start hearing these Korean voices in the distance. You're like, what? Cyclists and motorcyclists becoming friends through technology. It's amazing.
It's amazing, isn't it?
고생 끝에 찾아온 보상은 상상 그 이상이었습니다. 차 한 대 없이 텅 빈 산악 도로를 통째로 전세 낸 듯 내려가는 다운힐. 이 비현실적인 광경에 마치 좀비 아포칼립스 영화 속 지구 최후의 생존자가 된 것 같다며 특유의 상상력을 폭발시키는데요.
Such a cool road. Look at this. We're in the apocalypse. It's just me and Ollie. The world's fate in our hands. This is something else. Just an absolutely incredible descent, and I've got it to myself. It's like, can't quite get over it. It's just absolute cycling heaven. Ollie's making a comeback. He doesn't want to be left to the zombies. He's been forced to descend fast. You won't like me saying that. The only human left on Earth is Oliver Bridgewood. I love him, really. We've made it off the zombie apocalypse road. That was a descent like nothing else. Honestly, I think that was potentially my favourite ever descent on a road bike.
첫날 라이딩을 마친 두 사람이 도착한 숙소는 한국의 전통미가 살아있는 한옥 스타일의 게스트하우스였습니다. 그런데 여기서 두 영국인의 눈을 사로잡은 건 따로 있었는데요.
That was a mega route, mate. You've excelled yourself with your route planning there. That is like some of the best roads in the world that we've been on today.
Yeah. I mean, we're not just said that was one of the best days road riding.
I really like
ever
quiet, just beautiful, perfect surfaces.
Right. Oh, can't get down.
Robot toilet.
Oh, of course, it's a robot toilet.
They love a robot. Look at that. These are amazing, these. Have you used a robot toilet yet?
I used it once, but I don't quite like it.
Love a robot toilet. Dom, real Kim.
This is really special. The day has surpassed our expectations in every way.
샤워를 마치고 허기진 배를 움켜쥔 채 시내로 나온 두 사람. 이들이 향한 곳은 입구부터 거대한 황금 달, 조형물이 반겨주는 춘천 닭갈비 골목이었습니다. 자리에 앉자마자 눈앞에 놓인 거대한 철판과 산더미 같은 닭갈비. 그런데 이걸 직접 요리해야 한다는 사실을 깨달은 두 영국인은 스스로를 도저히 믿을 수 없다며 난감한 표정을 짓고 마는데요. 바로 이때 두 사람의 인생 식사를 완성시켜줄 구원자가 등장합니다.
Alright, you show me.
이렇게, 이렇게,
Yeah?
이렇게.
Okay, let's do that. Right, okay.
아, 아이고.
It's okay?
쪄가지고 싸고요.
Oh, okay, keep moving it.
Oh, look at that.
Good.
It's amazing.
Well, as you can see, we've absolutely demolished this massive portion of rice and that galbi.
That galbi.
That was good, wasn't it?
Should have it with
My
that.
favourite bit of the meal was how our sort of chef was like, oh God, I'm going to help out these idiots, tourists, these absolute Philistines, and then she was actually feeding me into my mouth with her hands.
Yeah.
식사를 마친 두 사람의 눈에 들어온 건 식당 벽면을 가득 채운 유명인들의 사인이었습니다. 한국의 맛집이라면 어김없이 걸려있는 연예인 사인 문화가 이들에게는 신기했던 모양인데요. 코너는 갑자기 벽을 뒤지기 시작하더니 혹시 오징어 게임 배우도 여기서 닭갈비를 먹고 갔는지 확인해보겠다며 진지하게 사인들을 훑어봅니다. 전 세계를 휩쓴 K 콘텐츠의 위력이 영국인 라이더의 머릿속까지 스며들어 있었던 것이죠. 다음 날 아침 서울까지 160km의 대장정에 나선 두 사람. 그런데 춘천 시내를 벗어나자마자 이들의 감탄사가 또다시 터져 나옵니다.
We've left Chuncheon behind. Oh my gosh. Again, it's surprised us. This bike path leaving the city is incredible. Oh, just ticked over 30k start of the day. Doing well. Bike path's been absolutely amazing leaving Chuncheon. We're back onto the road now. Heading up the valley a little bit from here. We've got what I think is going to be a cracking climb. Goes about 600 metres elevation. Descent looks really steep. And from there we'll drop down and we rejoin the bike pass into Seoul.
그리고 잠시 후 눈앞에 펼쳐진 호수 풍경에 올리는 아예 유럽의 대표 휴양지를 소환하고 마는데요. 전 세계 부호들이 별장을 짓기 위해 몰려드는 이탈리아 최고의 호수, 가르다 호수. 올리의 눈에 한국의 평범한 호반 도로가 바로 그 가르다 호수와 겹쳐 보였던 것입니다. 심지어 관광객으로 북적이는 이탈리아와 달리 이곳은 이 절경을 단둘이 독차지할 수 있었죠.
Oh, look at the state of this! It's like Korean Lake Garda. What a beautiful country this is. And it's so quiet.
(600m) 높이의 거대한 어필이 시작되자 두 사람은 또 한 번 한국만의 특별함을 체감합니다. 카페인과 당을 가득 충전한 두 사람은 마지막 힘을 쥐어짜 정상을 넘고 아찔한 급경사 다운힐을 지나 마침내 서울로 향하는 관문에 들어섭니다. 그리고 이곳에서 이번 여행의 하이라이트가 이들을 기다리고 있었죠.
We're down that descent, and once again we've been absolutely blown away by these bike paths. They are just incredible. We're making our way to Seoul. Think about 40k to the outskirts. But look at this! What do you reckon, Ollie? Gangnam Style!
This is a nice avenue with these trees bowing over the top.
We're actually now on the Four Rivers bike path, which is like one of the biggest bike paths in the world. It's actually over 600 kilometres long. If you carried on this, the opposite direction to where we've come from, you'd get all the way to the south of South Korea, to Busan.
And it's absolutely glorious.
Yeah.
It is so pleasant.
I mean, next, though, we're going to the most famous bike street in Seoul, which I'm quite interested to see. Apparently, there's even more cafes than normal on this street, and they're all cycling related, so I'm excited to see that.
I'm pretty tired, but I am absolutely loving this. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Right, let's go.
Come on, donkey. Found one of the bicyclification points. We haven't got a paper to stamp it, but if you did, tick these off on your list as going through South Korea.
It is the bike street. Nice. Oh, look at this.
This street is incredible. It's all
dedicated to bicycling.
yeah.
Cycling.
It's all cycling. It's like incredible. Yeah.
Let's get inside.
Thanks for having us.
Ah, this is so cool.
This place is incredible. Like, if you like bikes, it's heaven because every single shop on the street is bike related.
It's efficient. I like it. They've got if you're in the city, this is where all the bike stuff is.
Yeah.
So if you need some bike stuff, you just one-stop shop. You come here and there's all the bike shops.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts. And one of the shops is the HJC Lounge, who support the channel. It's been really cool to come here. We've had some coffee.
서울에 입성한 두 사람이 마지막으로 찾은 곳은 청계천이었습니다. 그런데 여기서 코너는 단순한 감탄을 넘어 한국의 도시 행정에 대한 존경심까지 드러내는데요. 도심을 가로지르던 고가도로를 통째로 걷어내고 물길과 녹지를 되살린 청계천 복원 사업. 놀랍게도 도로를 없앴는데 오히려 차량 이동 시간은 줄어들었다는 브레이스의 역설의 예시라며 이것이야말로 전 세계 도시들이 배워야 할 교과서라고 평가합니다.
We made it into the big smoke good and proper. Yoo-hoo! Now this is a part of Seoul I've been really excited to see actually. It's kind of like the active transport nerd in me has just been buzzing to see this place. So as you'll see, those are like old motorway struts. So this used to be a massive expressway directly into the centre of Seoul, full of traffic. And I think it was around 2004 they actually decided to strip the whole motorway out. A bit controversial at the time, and instead they've like transformed this place, regenerated it. There's walking paths, they've got this stream flowing again. See like massive fish down here, there's wildlife's back, greenery's back, and you can cycle on this bike path the whole way into Seoul. Now what's really interesting about this place is that when they did this, when they stripped the motorway out, transport times, journey times in cars actually decreased rather than increased. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
그리고 마지막 밤, 한국식 바비큐와 회까지 맛본 두 사람. 여행의 모든 순간을 곱씹으며 이들은 카메라 앞에서 최종 평가를 내리는데요. 과연 세계를 달려본 이들에게 한국은 어떤 나라로 남았을까요?
Flip's sake. It just doesn't appeal to me, these eggs.
Yeah. Is it because? Well, to be fair, I mean this is what the robot toilet looked like this morning.
Oh, it really does.
Oh, I've dropped one. I've dropped one. Man down. I think it really is like one of the most underrated cycling destinations that we've ever been to. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's got it all.
Yeah, it's been absolutely amazing. And honestly, I think if anyone ever asked me what's been one of my favourite places to go and ride a bike, South Korea. I mean, it's up there, if not the best.
모든 것을 다 갖춘 나라. 우리가 매일 무심코 지나치는 한강 자전거길과 동네 카페, 그리고 밥 한 끼에 담긴 정이 세계를 누벼온 라이더들에게는 최고의 여행지가 될 이유였던 것입니다. 어쩌면 한국의 진짜 매력은 화려한 관광지가 아니라 우리의 평범한 일상 곳곳에 이미 완성되어 있는 것인지도 모르겠습니다. 오늘도 한강면을 달리는 수많은 자전거들 사이 어딘가에 한국에 반해버린 또 다른 외국인이 페달을 밟고 있을 테니까요.